You know the reputation of the Galactic Combat Academy on Nexus 7? It is whispered in the darkest corners of space that this is where the universe's most lethal entities come to master the art of destruction. And honestly, the rumors are understated. I'm Zephyr Crickle, and for 17 cycles, I've watched 43 different species try to dismember one another in the name of education. I've seen Klaxon warriors slice titanium with bare claws, and Saurian hunters move so fast they leave after-images on your retina. But nothing prepared me for the day the human arrived. Her name was Riley Chen. While the transport unloaded 3 Klaxons with diamond-sharp mandibles and a pair of Gorvak berserkers who had to duck to enter the hangar, Riley strolled out like she was touring a botanical garden. Standing barely 1.7 meters tall and weighing perhaps 65 kilograms, she looked less like a warrior and more like a rounding error. In my line of work, you learn that appearance is often a deception, much like how a calm ocean surface can hide a rip current capable of dragging you to the abyss. But looking at her ponytail and relaxed posture, I assumed she was just lost. I gathered the recruits, my forearms gesturing for silence. Welcome. Here is the fundamental rule. No enhancements, no genetic mods, no cybernetics, no psionic tricks. We test natural ability, not your surgeon's skill. The monsters clicked and grunted in agreement. Riley just smiled, a serene, terrifyingly calm expression that suggested she knew a joke the rest of us had missed. When a Gorvak asked how a weaponless human expected to survive, she shrugged with a casual indifference that bordered on insanity. Humans have our ways, she said. The training began, and Riley Chen proved to be aggressively average. It was almost impressive how unremarkable she was. During conditioning, she kept pace but never led. In sparring, she executed textbook forms with the passion of someone assembling furniture. Thork, a Klaxon cadet, sneered that she moved like she was afraid of breaking. Commander Apex Void Strike, our 6-armed director, watched her with his mood-shifting skin turning a puzzled purple. She has delusions of adequacy, I told him. Yet, as I reviewed the footage, a thought nagged at me. Her movements were too precise, too economical. It wasn't that she couldn't do more, it looked like she was carefully calculating exactly how little she needed to do. Then came the tournament. It's a spectacle of violence that rivals any gladiatorial history, and Riley, in a move that stunned the betting pools, requested full contact rules. No padding, no safety protocols. If we do this, let's do it properly, she told Apex, signing the liability waiver as if it were a receipt for groceries. Her first match was against Kess Razorscale. Kess blurred across the arena, a kinetic missile of claws. Riley didn't dodge, she stepped, a slide so subtle it mocked physics, and pushed. Kess hit the floor, out cold. Silence swallowed the arena. Luck, they said. Then came Vera Steelclaw. The Saurian adapted, but Riley shifted gears, dismantling Vera with primitive joint locks and chokes that were brutally efficient. She wasn't fighting like a soldier, she was fighting like a survivor. By the time she submitted Gromax in the semis, the crowd's confusion had curdled into fear. Before the final against Brutus Ironhide, a 4-meter behemoth who once punched through a battleship hull, I tried to intervene. Kid, I said, Brutus will turn your skeleton into dust. Yield. Riley looked at me, adjusting her gloves. Instructor, you don't get it. I've been holding back. Humans have a built-in safety limiter. We suppress our strength to avoid breaking ourselves or others. But Brutus, he can take it. The fight began. Brutus charged like a tectonic plate shifting. Riley didn't retreat. She stepped in and threw a single punch. It sounded like a thunderclap trapped in a bottle. Brutus flew backward 6 meters, cracking the reinforced energy barrier as he slumped, unconscious. Amidst the chaos, Thork screamed, "How?" Riley stood over the fallen giant, barely winded. "We operate at 20% capacity normally," she announced to the horrified silence. "Safety protocols. I used maybe 50% just now." "What happens at 100%? Someone shouted from the stands. Riley's smile turned sharp, a glimpse into the predator beneath the skin. Full capability tends to be dramatic. As she walked away, leaving a room full of apex predators terrified of the small human, I realized the Academy had learned a vital lesson. Never assume limits, especially when dealing with a species that shackles its own power just to fit in.